rise, it's time to shine, it's time to claim what's yours and mine. It's time to act, it's time to move, it's time to do what we must do. There's a time, it's time for us, for all that we want to do. It's time for the days of me and you. There's a time to know the truth and all we need to say. There's a time when the future holds in you. There is a time for all the world that we will dream. There's a target for us all, for all our souls to be true. It's time to rise, it's time to shine, it's time to claim what's yours and mine. It's time to act, it's time to move, it's time to do what we must do. There's a time, it's time for us, for all that we want to do. It's time for the days of me and you. Time is fleeting, don't let it slip away. Every moment counts, every single day. We are becoming, we are the change. It's time to break free, it's time to rearrange. It's time to rise, it's time to shine, it's time to claim what's yours. There is a time where it's time to be you. There is a time where the doors open to the world I see before me. I open up the dream that once was inside, and I unleash the power that I hold inside. No darkness can hold me, no light can hold me back. I am the crashing ether, I am the power of my path. to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. In the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight, with ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mystery, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain.
Testing 1 2 3. 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 Hello, everybody. My name is Joshua Bleasy, and right now I'm just finishing up something I'm doing, so I'll be right with you. But I am the unknown prophet of Twitch. I do daily tarot readings, usually between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Today is a special episode, and we'll get doing the readings here in just a little bit. I just got to finish up one thing first. All right, and once I'm done with this, we'll get right into the readings. Because we are doing this 420 style. That means I've got cannabis here, and I plan to use it as liberally as I can take it. Okay? but I'm going to be responsible about it too, guys. So, but I do want you to know I'm using cannabis during this stream because I'm in a high pain day, but I want to have some fun. All right, and I don't want to have to worry about what's going to come on next and all that stuff. And I don't want to talk about the seriousness of anything. I want to get to doing the work that I need to do today. All right, so just put it in here with the rest of it. That's way too much green. Okay. Sacrifice a little to the gods. Oh, no, not that. Okay. Anyway, so all I do is I take my little tweezers here. See, I put the tobacco in the tube. I put that green in the tube. Then I just take the zip that out, and then I grab a little wood tip or something like that, and they fit really good right in that little hole there. As long as you keep the hole clean and keep it clean, you can do it. And now I got a joint. Yay! Oh, it wasn't underwear, it was boxers. Don't worry, I'm not showing anything. Anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday 420 episode. My name is Joshua Bleasy. I am the unknown prophet of Twitch. I do daily tarot readings between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I hope you're joining me from all of the locations I have available, which is Twitch and YouTube. So if you're in YouTube land, come to the twitch.tv, the unknown prophet one, and you can get yourself a reading too. Otherwise, it's just a rebroadcast from here to there. And all those people who are in my chat right now, we've got Kuma and we've got Marshall, and we're going to get to doing some of the work we need to do today. And if it turns out to be a very slow day there, Marshall, maybe I'll end stream early, and me and you, if you have time, we can, do something today if you're up for that, So let's just get through these couple of readings first and go there next. So anyway, I've been experimenting with doing this a lot lately, so why don't you throw me your numbers, Kuma, and your question, and what I need you to do is I need you to pick a deck. This deck is the God deck, this is the Sacred Circle deck, and this is the Fairy deck, okay? So what does that mean? That means you pick a verification deck, whichever one you want, and then I pick, and then I do your tarot reading through these as well, but you get it as secondary. So you want the silver deck, okay, got you? And then right now, I add up your two numbers, which is 5, so you get 5 shuffles and the 5th card in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 5th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th card is now on top, and this verifies everything for the reading. So I will put it like that, and then we do your normal reading. Do you have a question for today, or do you just want a general reading? And that does matter when I start to shuffle. And good morning, Lightseeker. Good to see you, my friend. General reading. You got it, my friend. So I'm going to cleanse these cards off like I normally do. And I'm going to get them in the right spot for you. And then I'm going to get the normal reading I would normally give you guys, okay? So 3 and 2 is your number. So I will, when I get the cards in the right spot for you, they just tell me to stop shuffling. And then I stop shuffling. Okay, now, so I say, here are your 3 official shuffles in the right spot. 1, 2, and 3. I always count out all of my readings. And then we have the second number, which is 2. We have 1, and we have the second card in. So, let me get this for you set up here. And let me get all of this other stuff out of the way too. We don't need any of this other stuff. Okay. Alright, that's that. That's that. And we only need that card. We don't need the other card. Okay. So, your verification card is Initiation, the number 16. Initiation. And initiation means it is time for a major transformation. A transformation that will change your life forever. That's the work that you've been putting in, the stuff that you've been doing with your life. It's all going to come together and make sense finally. So what is going to be coming for you is this moment of crescendo. And this moment to move forward in your life again. And that is your verification card, but let's get to the let's get to the reading part, okay? On what you need to hear today and why you came here to get this kind of a reading from me today, okay? So, considering that this is your initiation, that they're trying to get you to realize it's time to bring all of that parts of yourself together. It's time to put the sugary sweet stuff into the mix. It's time to put the catalyst of the yeast, the bad icky stuff we're still dealing with and working on. Then we have to add our basic essential us, the water of our being, the soul of our heart, into this very goblet that we are now crafting. We've already crafted the goblet. Now we've got to fill it with something. So we put in all the right ingredients. We get the hobs and barley, the extra stuff we seek in life, the things we hunt for, the things that we go and gather, the things that we just want in to make our life have that experience. Then we've got to add those extra spices. Those are the things we can't control. They just happen sometimes, but every once in a while you can control what spices go in and don't go in. Just remember that this all has to come together, and it takes time for that to happen. I believe that you are at the end of this process, which is the straining process, where you are straining out all of the stuff you don't want to take with you and only take that new fresh cup, that new fresh beer that you have come to make and correct. So now you get to throw all of that other stuff into the compost pile of life, which provides you the much needed fertilizer you need to plant a new seed forward. Now, what does the dirt card mean? Dirt card means that you are ready for some kind of new growth within yourself. But you have to consider, what is the one physical good thing I can do for myself? What is the good mental thing I can do for myself? And what is the spiritually good thing I can do for myself? So you have to understand that those are the things that you have to decide what those are for you and how to better take care of those things. So pay attention to those things are your top 3 things that you need to work on: body, mind, and spirit, physical, mental, spiritual, whichever way you want to call it. But when you are ready to harvest those plants, when you are done with the growth, as long as you add the right positivity, you let the right kind of emotion out, you allow that dust and the wind to blow off so that it no longer carries with you, and you only grow exactly where you're supposed to be growing. Now that you have that moment when you are going to your fields and you're picking the berry off of the tree, you have to remember, once removed from that tree, it will die. So don't sit around waiting for the right berry. Just grab the berry, put it in your mouth, and have yourself a taste test to decide whether or not the other berries are ready to pick. So don't just sit there wondering about the decisions that you're about to make. Sometimes you just got to go for it and grab one specific berry and say, this is the one I want to put in my mouth because it looks like it's the best of the best of the best. And when you talk about initiation and what you really need to hear today, Kuma, because my mom came to tell you 3 things that you definitely need to hear. It is time to find more balance in your life. Give in to your creative impulses and the dreams that you have been waiting to put forth in your life. It's time to start to chase those dreams. Put your life back in balance. Be like the crescendo moment you need to be by letting yourself grow in the light and grow in the dark. But no matter which way you grow, you are going to grow for self and self-discovery until you are ready to give what you have left to give. But reminding you one very special thing. You weave yourself through all the other people to take some of their energy, but if they don't give any energy back, you will die. So you have to find a way to gather your own energy first and then give to those others. Now we move forward with the 3 things you need to hear the most, Kuma. And I think you've heard these before, but in case you haven't, I really need you to open up those ears and hear me what I'm saying. I need you to be ready to hear these things, because this is the 3 things that changed my life forever. I'm going to have another puff of my joint. I really want to know if you're ready to hear this, because I think you need to hear it again. So when you're ready, say, I'm ready. Kuma, talking to you. The three things you need to hear the most right now. Number one, you, my friend, have the power. A power that is rare in this universe. A power that not a lot of people have been gifted with. If you don't start to use it, you're gonna start to lose it. So embrace your truest power. Number two, and I really want you to open up those ears, you are loved by your gods more than you could ever passively imagine. They love you within an inch of every part of who you are. You are perfect in their eyes, and they want you to know just how loved you are by others. You may not see it on a day-to-day basis, but there are a lot more people out there that love you than hate you. And trust me, the karma ball is swinging into the more positive rather than the negative right now. And third and last but not definitely least, it's time to carve your own destiny. Decide what kind of life you want to have. Put your finger in the sands of time and carve out that destiny for yourself. It's time to stop sitting around and waiting for things to happen. It's time for you to take an action that will change your life forever. Whatever that is for you, make sure you do it with your initiation in mind, because you will go from one level to a higher level, and once you're at that higher level, you will be held to a higher standard. And if you think you got it rough now, you better be ready, because if you're not, they will kick your ass all the way back down to where you began after you finished the drink. And you'll have to do it all over again, and this time they won't go lightly on you. They will be really hard on you. And you will get the message, because they're going to pound it in your head time and time and time again until you go, okay, I give up. You're right. Trust me, I gone through this shit. It's not easy. But honestly, Kuma, I think you got it together. What's going on right now is just that transformative moment, going from one to another place and deciding what is the most important things to grow within self, and where do I stop just sitting around waiting for the decisions to come to me. I really do have to make a choice and decisions of my own. I can't rely on everybody else to give me those answers anymore, you know? And that's your reading for today, my friend. All right, on to the next. Marshall to the reading room, Marshall to the reading room. Clear these off, clear these off. There we go. And now clear these off again, and there we go, now they're clear. These weren't used, so they don't need to be cleared off. Here, they didn't need to be cleared off, they weren't used. And now I clear my other cards off. So, Marshall to the reading room, let me clear this off and get the old text messaging going. Alright. Yep. You know, I'm really surprised you didn't get the flower card, but you didn't. Because you still have to find out what those three things you need to grow within yourself are. And that's not an easy thing for you or anybody to do. You just got to decide, these are the three things I know I got to start taking care of myself better on. And then just try to make sure that you take good care of those three things for a while until they turn into something more powerful. So Marshall to the reading room. Marshall to the reading room. You know, and I ain't perfect, guys. I'll tell you straight up, I am not perfect. I have gone through hell and back. Alexa, 3-minute timer starting now. All right, Marshall, you now have 3. Alexa, stop, cancel, timer. Never mind. Damn, right on time. 11:11. How about that for synchronicity? 111 here. So I don't know what it is for you. Alexa, cancel request. Whenever you're ready, pick your deck, a verification deck, and then also give me your numbers. And give me your question if you got a question. You know how it works. You've been here. Yeah, I do really need to put up like how the reading works, those. $11:11, okay. Which verification deck? I'll do the extra shuffle for you. There's only one extra shuffle. So we got 11-11. Which verification deck do you want? And since it all adds up to 4, well, I'll give you a general reading, no problem. But okay? So general reading, but which verification deck? Do you want the fairy verification deck? Do you want the sacred circle verification deck, or do you want the goddess verification deck? Pick a deck, in other words, for your verification. Hermes insists yellow. Okay, he says yellow. We're going with yellow. So since you asked me for the old 11-11, you get 4 shuffles. 4 and 4 equals, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 4th card is 1, 2, 3. And the 4th card is now on top. And I'm going to turn it sideways for now. And then we've got the 11 cards in general reading for you now. 1. Oh, I got to clear them off first. Sorry, almost forgot. Clearing them off. I know. Don't yell at me. I know, I'm being a boo-boo. They were yelling at me. Hey, dummy, you forgot to wash us. Nah, okay, I got it. I got you. Tell me when I'm in the right spot, guys. My cards, they're my guys. These are my guys. When I talk about my guys, it's my cards. And my spirit guides are attached to my cards and me and all of that other stuff. Yada, yada, yada. I don't need the cards. They just will. You don't have to do anything. I'm just waiting for the right spot here. And that's what they're telling me now. This is the right spot for you. So here is what you got. You got, you forgot what? You didn't forget anything. No, I can't hear him. Hermes insists yellow. I said, if I can't hear him. Now at least I forgot what. Okay. So here are your 11 official shuffles. Okay. General reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now the 11th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the 11th card is, you got a 1 God card answer for you, and your verification is, sorry, I'm hungry and stressed. Well, that's okay. I'm here to help. I'm not here to stress you out there, Marshall. I'm here to make you at ease and give you some much needed guidance. So take a deep breath. Go to the fridge or wherever you need to get your meal. Let me know when you come back, and I'll finish the reading. If you need to go get something to eat, I can always give you the reading as quickly as possible so you can go eat and stuff, okay? But I would rather you take care of your body than sit here waiting for a reading for me to finish. Okay, so you're making food, so let me know if you need to go up and get it, okay? Remember, I'm going to tell you what you need to know today, not what you want to know. So I'm going to give you your general reading because we've got, for you, your verification card is Mao, Mother Earth, and she says, you are called upon to help with environmentalism. You are called upon to help with environmentalism is your message to verify everything today. Now, I understand. I'm a big boy too, and trust me, food is my escape sometimes. So I do understand where you're coming from there, Marshall. Okay? But remember, you are young. You've got a good metabolism right now. As long as you exercise and appropriately, you can have a decent meal, and it's okay to snack once in a while. You just got to give yourself permission once in a while to do it. As long as you're not doing it every day, you're fine, okay? You're fine. You're not doing it every day, okay? So let's stop with that shit. No more self-doubting. You're here to learn, okay? Well, then sit down, my friend, and let's start learning. Unless you got to go get something in the fridge. I know, but that's part of the reason you need to eat too, because your metabolism is that fast, you know. So, you know, the Flash and you have a lot in common, only you don't get the super speed. Well, maybe you do, but it's not really, you know, super speed. It's more like you on super energy. When you get the energy in your body, it's like, you know, but not like the Flash, but oh, if we could only. Yeah. And when we start our classes, I'm going to teach you how to tap into the negative side of that energy to bring up your positive energy. And you still want to do that tomorrow or maybe even after this if it gets slow. Just checking in before I do a reading for you there and kind of giving you a little bit of a second. Or I'll just go into the reading and we can finish there and then we can talk about it later if you have time today. Okay, tomorrow then. Tomorrow around like 10 o'clock my time. Okay, well, whatever. You said whenever, so when is your sister not going to be around tomorrow? And why do you care if your sister hears? Does she judge you like your parents are or something? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. If it's a comfortability thing, I'm all for it. You got to tell me what time that is good for you then, buddy. What time in the morning, though? Remember, I'm in Central Time, so right now it is 11:18 my time. So whatever your time you're in, you've got to subtract and let me know. So 4 plus General Martin, I don't know what that is. You got to kind of do the math for me. I'm not that smart. I'm a little smooth brain when it comes to numbers. So is that anywhere before 3 p.m.? Okay, so anytime, as long as it's not after 3 p.m., correct? So that means our original plan would work. 10 a.m. or Greenwich Mean Time? Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But do you mean after 4 p.m. or before 4 p.m.? You said morning, so but add 4 hours. Okay, so if I were to add 4 hours to that, to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that would be, yeah, that's 3 o'clock, 3:15 my time before. Okay, so it's anytime before 3, before that time. So why don't we meet on, like I said, if I were to be streaming, we'd meet like the hour, like at 9 a.m. in the morning. Like it would be like a stream for us, and we'll do it on the Discord. Sounds like a plan? And and so I don't forget. I'm gonna put something on my little calendar so I don't forget or something. Because I have a habit. I am trying to refill a couple of springs. Okay, that sounds like a plan. So 9 a.m. tomorrow, I will be on Discord in that special channel, and I'll send you an invite to it to your DM that you have with me, okay? Or and if that doesn't work, I can just call you, and you don't have to have your camera on if you don't want to. That'll be up to you, okay? But I want to be able to know the reactions I'm doing with my students. So whatever you feel comfortable with, that's what we'll do. Let's get into your reading now, unless you have ads coming up. Does anyone have ads? I'm sorry, guys, I had to increase the ad thingy because I need to earn some money from my ad revenue a little bit here. So I really apologize for having longer ads now, but I went to the recommended line so that I could get a little bit more monetized too as well. So if you got ads, it'll be over in about a minute. If you don't got ads, well then tell me and I can start telling you what I need to tell you. If you got Turbo or something like that and you don't have to deal with ads, great. I'm glad for you. That's actually a pretty good program, I think. You got 40 seconds. Marshall, are you here? Can you hear me now? About a smoke or a toke. Let's say today was me. That's fine. That's why I was waiting till I heard back from you. Okay. Well, then, do we have time to go through your reading, or do you want to wait till after your beans are done? I don't know. Because I just can go through it real quick because there's not a whole lot to tell you here because you know you're creating your own special spot, right? That you're creating the very thing you're looking for. It's all about you creating that which you are trying to find within yourself. And whatever you feel like is missing, whatever you feel like you don't have, whatever you want in your life, whatever you're ready to manifest into reality. So it's basically writing you a blank check to be able to do that the right way. And that's what they're trying to do is get you to realize that you have all the right ingredients. And if you need more money, then you have to go out there and apply for another job. You have to go out there and maybe do something that you have to do. Maybe it's you making your own job or business. So it could be something that you make yourself or something that only you can do. And your friends always seem to come to you for help. Well, charge them $20 every time they help you next time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are ways to earn money. And if your friends are like my friends, I think they'll fire me from this job. Well, don't put the negative out there, Marshall. Don't start thinking negative and think and create the very thing you are looking for. So if you start looking for well, then you have to wait and see what happens there, Marshall. But don't give yourself more reasons to not have more money. If you're in trouble now, you don't need to be acting up like that. Well, okay, then that's up to you. But remember, you said you needed money right now, and without that job, you don't have any money. Whatever ingredients you have available to you, the point is that it's time to start to mold yourself into the shape you want yourself to be. So whatever you're being given, whether it's good things, bad things, indifferent things, you have to find what ingredients will work with your life. And you have to take those ingredients and say, I shape myself into something that I want to be. It's about not biting your tongue anymore and holding back anymore. It's about when you are ready to have that job transfer, when you have the freedom to say anything you want because you've already got a job set up, when you get that freedom, that's the appropriate time to not hold back and tell them the things you need to tell them because they can't do anything worse to you. You've already got another job. It's a week or two before you get paid again. Okay, I have to do a little bit of budgeting, but I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point of this is they're trying to get you to mold yourself into that picture you said you wanted to be, to create every last little line in the pot, to be able to design the pot every way you see in your life, in your mind, in your heart, in your body, to see the result of the big picture of who you are. And you have to stop being so stubborn about it and stop holding back. Start swimming through those problems, not around those problems. It's time to come up for that joyful breath of air that you have this opportunity to make a big change, to take care of yourself and do it in a healthy way for once. I don't know. You tell me. Are you holding back? Are you holding back because you're afraid of that shadow self? Are you afraid of that other part of who you used to be creeping back into your life? What is holding you back? What is the last thing you need to do before you can honestly live your truth openly, honestly, with pride, and be a fucking champion and warrior for things? Isn't that what you want? Isn't that who you say you want yourself to be? You tell me if I'm right or wrong on that. But if you can swim towards that top and gather that fresh air every once in a while, sing your whale song out to the world, when you go back down in, all of your pods start heading towards you because they heard just how happy you are. And they want you to be happy too. Exactly. You have to start to believe in yourself there, Marshall. You really do. Because you know what my wife had to deal with? She swam around in death a lot when we met. She had her sisters dying on her. Her mother and dad died on her. Her birth mother died on her. She had uncles and nieces that were dying on her. She was walking in literally a 5-year death pool of everyone in her life, dropping like flies for a while. You know? Well, why? Why does that terrify you? All we're asking for is to help a young man get to America. That's all we're asking for. I live in this place, XYZ. I want to have help to get out of this country. Will you help or sponsor me? Blah, blah, blah. You put it down in the right way. You don't have to mention about the other thing. You can put a Q to saying I am LGBTQ friendly and all of that other stuff, just so they know what your what your faith is and all of that stuff is, you know. So back to your reading there, Marshall. It says that that's what the lesson of the whale's joy is. You have to start to face up to the fact that you can't hide forever anymore. Hiding time is over. It's time to say, if you can't accept me for who I am, if you are going to be that bigoted, if you're going to be that challenging to me, then I don't want to be here. I'm never going to fit in here because you'll never, ever accept them for who I am. And just say, fuck them. I don't know. And then you say the same words I just said out of my mouth before I look up. See? I'm telling you, Marshall, it's like I said, I know it seems like there's something missing within you, but there's nothing missing anymore. You are Marshall. You've always been Marshall. You're just finally matching that self that you said you wanted to be. Now you got to live Marshall and embrace every last little thing of it. Don't hold back. Don't give up. Don't give in to your fear. Don't give in to your anxiety. Don't give in to the worry. Don't give in to the societal things that are surrounding you. Then go get some. You know, you have to either start to do it, and what does your God card say to do? Donate back to yourself that which you need to give you the stuff you need to act like the way you say you want to act. So if that's testosterone, then there are a lot of supplements out there that can build your testosterone up. You don't even need to see a doctor to do that. Well, I don't know. I'm sorry you live in a place where that's illegal, but you know, so they don't sell vitamins like testosterone boosters or anything like that where you live. Really? That's kind of sad. I'm not here to judge, but that's kind of dumb. And it's the same thing for feminine, not for sex change abilities, but for just your basic. Some people have an imbalance, you know. What are you still doing there, buddy? I mean, if you're gonna move anyway, if you had a job offering you to go somewhere and start up a brand new place, I think you need to do that so bad. Wherever you need to go, it's time to get out of where you are at. That place is toxic to you, and it's just gonna end up. It's just gonna end up killing you in the worst way. You don't want it to happen. Anyway, that's your reading. Light Seeker to the reading room. Light Seeker to the reading room. Let me clear these off real quick here. Alright, back. And that's what you have to decide between, you know, EP. And the last thing I want to say before I start Light Seeker's reading is that's the decision you have to make. Am I willing to live as I am, the way I am, where I am? Or is it time to move to some place that will accept me for who I am, what I am, and who I am? And that might be your answer there. But maybe that answer hasn't come yet, and you just got to wait or look for that opportunity. Well, that's what I'm here to do because I understand it. I lived in one of the most straightest parts of of North Minneapolis, where I used to live when I was growing up, and I was just coming out of the closet when I was 18, embracing both of my bisexual sides. I like guys, I like girls. So I went and had a male adventure to see if that's what was going to rock my boat. It didn't feel right to me. It was a very nice experience, and I actually did enjoy it, figuring out whether or not this was the thing for me or not. But after that, it was just my decision was made. It was me and a girl that I wanted. That something inside of me kind of clicked and said, no, that isn't for me. That's not the kind of relationship I want. I don't want a masculine to masculine relationship. Although because he was more masculine and I'm more feminine. So, I'm more of the girl than the guy in that situation. Even though I seem like I'm a very, aggressive guy. Well, you ask my wife. I'm a push cushion when it comes to shove. She can tell me to do anything. I'd probably melt in her mouth tomorrow. But anyway, light seeker to the reading room. Light seeker to the reading room. Yeah, I know. Maybe, like I said, we can start some kind of a GoFundMe for you. We can be careful about it so that people don't get the idea of anything you don't want to share. You will come up with it. You put up some kind of a phrase. All I do is start it for you. And if we do get some money, then we find a way for me to transfer that money to you. As long as you're not some terrorist in some country trying to do damage to my country, I don't think you are, because you wouldn't be here listening to me every day if you were. I don't think that would work out too well. Anyway, but, I'm laughing about that. So give me your numbers and your question. Yeah, and I don't disagree there, EP. I do believe that's going to help you the most right now. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I really think that last thing you said is exactly what you need right now. Your confidence needs to be rebuilt, and your self-awareness needs to be cushioned, and you need a little bit of extra help in the mental as well. That's why you keep getting the physical, mental, and spiritual stuff from me, and... Yeah, well, okay, then you know. All right. And did you have a question there, Lightseeker? And what verification deck do you want to have as well? Well, then I'd get my hour's worth. That's what I'd do. I'd get all of my shit out in that hour, and I'd make sure I know exactly what I was going to get out and be able to get feedback from, too. Half an hour of telling them my story and half an hour of listening to one of the fucking things. The one butterfly, you want the fairy deck. You got it. All right. And then your numbers were 7 and 11. I remember those numbers. And that is 7 and 7, 8, 9, wait, 7, 11, 18, that's a 9. So you get 9 and 9. I'm sorry, my insurance covers my therapy, so I don't know what it would be. But, I understand that that's an investment, but you don't know how much that's going to pay off in the end. That $30 is going to seem like the best $30 you ever spent once you work through this stuff. Trust me, it's worth the $30 to get the therapy, But I have to get back to work here because I'm kind of a therapist of sort. And he said he wanted this card, so we added up, and it was going to be the 7-Eleven, which is 9. So 9 shuffles, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the ninth card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the ninth card is now on top, and we're going to just put that right there for now. And then we've got the 7 and the 11. Let me clear these guys off and have all of that stuff. Why don't you go get something to eat, my friend, and well, then I really would talk to your sister about renegotiating how much you give her and what you can save for yourself, because I think your sister might be using you, okay? Just a little bit more than you should have. Always have extra money for yourself and your own expenditures. And if you're paying all of that, what is she doing for you? if you're doing all of that, then what is she doing for you? Okay, well, you're paying rent though. I know, but you're the one who's paying rent. She's not paying rent. You are. And I need to get to doing this reading too there, Marshall. Can we talk after Dead Chrome's reading? Just hop back in line and then we'll talk for a bit when it's your turn. But I want to cleanse these cards off for Lightseeker so he gets the reading that they need right now. Well, she covers food. Well, okay, well. Can you have her buy cheaper groceries? Or say, you know? It's okay. Alright. Don't yell at me this time. I'm clearing you off. Alright, they say here 7 and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God cards. And then the 11th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the 11th card is now on top, and I have to go back to see what you asked here real quick. You want a reading for the next chapter of your life that you're starting. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure that's what I understood there. Lightseeker, I really do apologize for taking so long with that, but thank you for being patient with me, okay? I really do appreciate it. But we're here for you now, so I promise. No more crap besides getting your answer, okay? And an answer you have gotten, my friend. And maybe some things that you aren't aware of that you need. This is just what you've moved past. So, what I'm feeling for you in this next moment that you are approaching, it's definitely time to learn the life lesson you've been waiting to get over and get past. You are being challenged to understand that they're going to test you a little bit here. So don't be afraid of the small cracks in the very thin ice you walk on. Remember that you're only a foot deep into the muck. You aren't trapped there forever. So pick your feet up and stomp your feet to the ground and walk towards those goals which you know you can do and make yourself. Let go of whatever anger you have left within yourself, for yourself. It's time to forgive yourself for all those things that you have done. In fact, on this day, I hereby so bless you and cleanse you of all energies and entities that will die in your dormancy. And I bless you in the name of all that is right and good in this world, the Lord, the Lady, and the gods that you follow. I hereby cleanse you and free you of all karmic responsibility. You are now on even scale. So remember not to take that anger with you in the future, and don't be angry at yourself for things that you aren't going to do. They're decisions and their choices. Everything is a lesson. No matter how you want to see it, everything you do does have a reason, does have a purpose, especially because of what you want to do next. Now we challenge you. Are you ready, and have you learned the lesson we were trying to teach you before? If you've got the lesson and you understand the lesson, then all they're asking you to do is walk the walk, talk the talk, do the do, and apply the lesson to your life. If you do that, then what you want to happen next will come into crescendo time. You won't have to sit around and wait for the universe to come to you very quickly. It's going to be like they're going to come to you with this silver platter and say, choose a path forward. So they're going to give you the ultimate choice to choose which way you choose you want to go. You can go back and review the past so that you understand everything, so that when you're ready to make the next brave step, you do it in a forward-thinking way. I don't think this is what path you need at this time. I believe you need what I would call the easy path, but I'm going to get to telling you all the other paths. If you remember, the hard path is all about overcoming your adversities, your goals, your lessons, and getting through what your depression, your anxiety, and all of that stuff figured out so that you can overcome all that obstacle that life just throws our way. I'm ready to face and defeat anything that gets in my way. Once I get to the end of my path, though, I have to let and take a break because I did so much damage and battle along the way. I have to recoup those spoons for a while and let that soak back into my life so I can move forward and choose a new path forward again. Now you take the easy path, which is a one step at a time approach, making goals along the way. If you say it's a 10-step process, a 5-step process, whatever your process is, make little goals to meet new goals and celebrate every goal and mourn every goal when you're done with it. That way you do the full circle of life, death, renewal, rebirth. Life, death, renewal, rebirth. Life, death, renewal, rebirth. Or you can take the unseen path, but you have to be willing to cut through your own bullshit. You know that one thing that keeps you from happy, and you know what this is. We all know what this is. Mine was I was afraid that people wouldn't accept me or love me because I wouldn't let them see the real me. Once I showed them who I was, the real me, a lot of them didn't like what they saw. But what they didn't see was a man who was going to become one of the most powerful transformational moments in my life. So you can take that easy path or that hard path or that unseen path, but you must cut through the bullshit first in order to see the end of your dream come to light. And that means owning up to yourself. So that is your general reading, and your card, that was your verification card, is moving forward fearlessly. How about that? Moving forward fearlessly was your card of verification. And your two God cards are, and another thing, this is a very water reading here. You got 3 water cards, which usually means that you should work on all 3 aspects, physical, mental, and spiritual, in these things. Physically, don't freeze in place. Mentally, don't let yourself get bogged down. And spiritually, learn the lesson. It's pretty, it's right there, PMS. And make a choice in which way you want to go forward. But they're saying to you is gather up the right ingredients that you want to take with you so that when you're ready to start to make that cauldron of change of life, that you put in the right ingredients in the right order. Because we all know a good soup has to start with the water getting warm enough and hot enough first. What are you using to build your life up on top of what you've already known? You carry just enough water to put into that pot. Now we must stoke that fire and get it red hot. That means working on ourselves, believing in ourselves, understanding and getting all of that stuff. When the water is hot, we start to add our meat and potatoes into that thing. That's the very essential, the heavy stuff that we need to work on. The stuff we need to do it right now. We have to get this done and over with so we can get to the even easier stuff. We're getting the hard out of the way so everything else seems easier. You know, that's about preparing your soup and making sure those hard things go in first and the soft things go in last. Trust your guides. They've got your back. They are trying to guide you the right way. You have to wield the magic they are giving you. So allow yourself to know that you are making the right choices. You need to listen to them and wield that magic just how you said you were going to. And that is your reading for today, Light Seeker. All right. Any questions? All right, good. No. Oh. Thank you. We have to kind of talk. She's got her headphones on, so, you know, we're kind of doing the whole mime game. All right, Dead Chrome to the reading room. Dead Chrome to the reading room. Please come on in, Dead Chrome. Yo, what's up, boy? How's it going? Hey, yo, Prophet, what's up, man? I can hear it. Or whatever version of that it is, masculine or feminine. It's either, yo, hello, man, or hello, sweetie. Which one is it? I forget. I don't see masculine and feminine. I only see energy. I get a basic feel for what it is, but I rather you tell me your pronouns and your stuff. And I'm a little high, so you know that's the other thing too. I'm kind of a wandering mind right now. So give me your numbers, your question, and your verification deck, Chrome. And your question, of course. Don't forget the question. And what kind of a reading do you want? Huh? 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 What kind of a reading do you want? Huh? Huh? See, I can be silly. We got the numbers. That's 8 and 8 is 16. 16 is 7, so 7 is your number. General reading. And which verification deck do you want? Gold, silver, or blue? God deck, Sacred Circle Tarot deck, or the Fairy deck? Silver deck, okay. Say goodbye to the wifey. She's going back to the bedroom, I think.
No.
Nope, she's going to the bathroom.
Nope.
Going to the fridge.
Yep.
There, I got it on the third try. All right, so. Yep, 16, so 16 is 7, so 7 and 7 is your shuffle. Let me clear these off real quick. Make sure I get these all right, in the right spot. Here you go, your 7 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 7th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you got the 7th card, and you have another God card on top of that. All right, let's see what you get for this one. Now we get to 8 and 8. All right, here we go. Let me clear these off, get them in the right spot for you there, Dud Chrome. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Baby's got a new pair of shoes. Baby got a new pair of shoes. Let's go. Come on, come on. It's general reading. Are you trying to find me answers, huh? Okay. Well, find me answers then and tell me when to stop. Stop. Now they said. Okay. 8 and 8. Here's your 8 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 'Too many. 5, 6, 7, and 8. I was wondering if they were going to give you a book, but they're not going to give you a book because that was 8 and I caught that. So they were trying to give you one, but it was 8. It was 8 over, and I only go up to 6 on that. Now are you going? Okay, then I'm turning this all the way up. There's my sign thingy. So now, I shuffled 8 times. Did I count 8 cards in? I forget, so please remind me. And if you have an ad coming up in about 1 minute and 6 seconds, so that's when the ad break is done. So I don't know if you have ads or not, Dead Crone. No, you're fine. I wanted to make sure. Now, did you remember if I counted 9 times or not for you or not? Because my wife was getting up and I had to help her real quick and I lost count. So did I count 9 already, or do I need to start from where I'm at? Well, then I'm going to go with my intuition. I know I did the 8 shuffles. I don't think I counted 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Because I don't remember counting out anything. So I'm pretty sure this is right. Yeah, this is right. There, this is right. Okay, that's all I need to hear. All I need to hear is them say this is right for him, the Dad Chrome. So let's give it to him. All right, Dead Chrome, let's go first with your verification deck. And you have the sun upright. Now, the sun represents the positivity of life, but it also represents the masculine energy of life as well. It's time for the sun to shine down upon you again, for that revigoration life, that positive light to start shining in your own way there. So remember that that's part of one of the things. You also got a second answer to that, which is now the bounty card or bondage card. So you're going to be fighting against 8 different things that maybe you are working on right now and coming to terms with. So you kind of feel like you're at battle right now, but when you need to be at rest is put down the swords and put down the rest of those swords, because there's one sword protecting the way forward. And you can't move forward until you move that one sword in the way. Everything else is ready, so you have one thing left to work on before you're ready to move on to your higher level of getting that sun shining moment you want to have. So it's important for you to work on whatever is coming your way. What do they say you need to work on? Well, they are asking you to please consider that there may be some routines, there may be some habits, there might even be some lifestyle choices where we have to start to live more of who our truth and who we are, and move out from ourselves the negative thinking we don't have to have within us anymore. I can't have to leave us. The I won't have to leave us. The I'm going to sit around and wait for it to come to me need to leave us. It's time to move out whatever bad habits that we know we're ready to let go of, that we know we have to replace with something else in its return. So you can't just get rid of something and expect nothing else to fill its place. So be that proactive person by filling it with what positive things. If you take out a negative thought, then put in a positive for it to fill its place. That way you don't get something creepy sneaking back into your life again that you don't want. It's time to take those ingredients after you decide which you need and which you don't need to put it into your own 2 hands. And it's time to consider what you want to make yourself become, who you want yourself to be. If you're questioning this right now, then it's about the experience of things. It's about time that you give in to the experience of the free will life and go experience some things that you've always wanted to try or do. Prioritize your happiness, and that will bring you about that happy, that will help you move past that one thing you need to get free of. Because the last but not least thing they want you to work on is, once you're done molding yourself into a solid shape that you are proud of, to say, this is who I am, and this is what I represent, and this is the colors and carvings that I want on my beautiful self. Now I am ready to go out there and be proud of who I am, walk the walk, talk the talk, and do the do. But I still got one last job to do before I can do that, and that is to extinguish all the other fires I keep giving my energy to. So if you start giving your energy to negative things again, that's where your energy is going to go. So we're not going to start thinking those negative thoughts again. We're going to find something that keeps us positive, moving forward, and keeping us in the step of working on the one fire that we need to work on right now. We only need to worry about the one we're tending to self as, because the only way we will ever break free of this cycle is to pay attention this go around, because this is how they're trying to help you break free of that cycle. Get rid of the old bad things. They're giving you time to come to terms with it. Fill those things with what you do want. Take the rest of those ingredients, put them in your hands, and shape your life into what you said you wanted to be. So start doing that which you said you wanted to do. And then putting out the fires are saying all other things that I've been giving all of my energy to are gone now. I have more energy to put towards the positive things of my life. I will pay attention to that fire, not the ones that I used to give my power to, so I break free of that cycle that I've been in. So it's a breaking of the cycle time for you. And it's about time that you are moving forward and moving on. You do, like I said, have one thing left you have to work past, but I think you'll do it. And then once you get past it, there will be nothing that can stand in your way. That's it. That's your reading for today, my friend. Hello, Serenity. Give me a second. How you doing today, sweetie? All right, Marshall, getting your butt in here with your numbers and your question. If you want a talking session, just let me know, though. So if you want to talk, do you want a reading? What do you want to? It's your turn. So we talk until we are done, and then after Serenity, I said I'd go to one or two. Maybe after this, do you have time after this to do anything today, or is your sister too much of an issue for that stuff? I don't know. You tell me. But EP, Marshall to the reading room. Marshall to the reading room. Let's go, Marshall. Hey. Oh, okay. Well, that's like I said. Texting is fine. Like I said, you just can't say anything out loud. I got you. Well, I mean, like I said, as long as you want, we can communicate, we can talk. That's all that we need to do is you type and I tell you what you need to hear. So have your headphones on, you'll be fine. What game? Okay, what is your verification deck? Blue, silver, or gold? Okay. Blue, silver, or gold? You get 5. 1. Gotta cleanse first. I'm sorry. Cleanse. Cleanse first. Thank God they're on me. Here we go. Here are your 5 official shuffles. Because 6 and 6 equal, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And 14, 1 and 4 equals 5. So 5 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the 5th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th card's on top. And we're just going to put this down here for now. And then we've got your 6 shuffles, and we're going to clear these off first. You want to know if you're going to get the British Council job. All right. All right, let's see what the cards have to say for themselves, huh? Marshall needs to know if he's going to get this job, so please help me tell him that. Okay. All right, that's a pretty good clue. It's ready to stop there. So here we go with your 6 official shuffles there, Marshall. 1, 2, you know that's too many. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yep, yeah, okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 God cards today, Marshall. Let's see what they got for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th card is. Here we go with your reading. All right. Let's see what the verification card has to say first. What is your verification card? Okay, let's see here. You're going to like this one. It is body movement. So that means that you will be moving your body. So remember that there's something about your dancing. You're dancing in this excitement. You're moving your body for an important reason. You're dancing around with your friends and families and all the other fairies. So I take that as a good sign that could be good news for you coming your way. Now let's get back to the reading of the other cards. It is all about you opening the right gifts at the right time, asking for that which you know you deserve, asking to open that responsibility, to go see where you are at in the queue. Will tell them what benefit you have over any other employee there. Why should they hire you? And why should they give you the job right now and not wait? Because maybe you need to understand that that's a part of understanding, that you have to go through something in order to realize I have to stop doing something to myself. I keep putting myself in the same old cage of expectation, and I keep putting on my own prison sentence. I'm going to wait until I hear back from this company or that company or whatever company, but it feels like you have to open the right gifts in the right time, but you have to parole yourself eventually and start to believe that this job that you want is already coming your way. I know. Exactly. So don't worry about that. Escape from the thing that keeps trapping you. Walk free today, because today is parole day. I give you permission to do those things that will bring you joy and happiness in your life. Turn your life around from being one that doesn't embrace the free air in your lungs and let those emotional parts of yourself feed yourself again. But let them out in a healthier way this time. Don't hide from them. Just do it in appropriate places at appropriate times. You'll be fine. Unless it is called for, when you are sure as hell better act on that emotion, it's time to remove that mask and show everyone who you really are. The real Marshall, the whole complete package. No more will I put on the mask of you trying to accept me for who I am. You either do or you don't. And standing up for yourself may be what you need to do, but taking off that mask and saying, if you don't love what's under the mask, then I'm not putting the mask on for you. You can see what you want to see, but I'm not going to be sitting around waiting for it. I will take my unseen path, because all of this stuff is trying to get you to do is cut through your own bullshit and your own self-doubt, your own self-fear, your own self-worry, wart self, so that you can start to believe that the good things can come your way. Despite your situation, you can get what you want. Because of what you have available to you. Hello, Siri. I'm in the middle of a reading, so I will let you know I'm doing okay for now, but I'm finishing up here. And what do the gods want to tell you? Huh? What do the gods want to tell you, Marshall? That big picture that I was telling you about is the most important thing in the future. That you are picking up the right kinds of change to fill those holes you need filling. You are putting down the swords. The physical swords of being at war with that inner self of yours and accepting all parts of who you are. You are finding the family that you want. You are calling out to that family you need. Let them be your family. Not all families are functional. Some people have bad brothers, bad sisters, or weird brothers or weird sisters. Some of them are really close. Some of them aren't so close. Some of them never talk to one another. And some of them can't spend 5 seconds without saying, how you doing, bro? But you get to build your family. You get to choose who comes to your family door and your family dinner, the people you accept in your life. I don't know how much more you need, Marshall. That this is something that could be the thing you need, but sometimes you gotta go get it. And maybe you have to check back in with that person and say, hey, I really need to know where I'm at in the process of hiring right now. Do you think I have a good chance at getting this job? I don't know how that kind of will translate in your language or your culture because I'm an American. I do things a lot differently. So I don't know. You have to do it what's appropriate for you and your culture and what you know is right to do. Okay? But you got this. So I think that you'll get the job, but I kind of think you got to go fight for it too. So I feel like it might be a job. I would definitely check back in with them and see where you are on the hiring process because I don't want you to get your hopes up because there's a slim chance you won't get this. Very slim, but it's too free will gamey for me. I see both choices happening right now. I see both you not getting the thing and getting the thing. It's really a free will. It's like rolling the dice. I don't know how else to explain it. I think so. I think if you fight for it, though, that you get it, though. Well, that might be part of the issue. Then you might have to consider for next time, right there, Marshall. Because I can't help you with that part. I can't help with the mundane what you have to do part. All I can help you with is the the science behind what I do, or the non-science. What I do is that I don't try. I only lead you to that which you needed to know today. And maybe that's what you need to know today is you have to own up to your skill set and what you are able to do and not to. Sometimes when we say we can do something and we can't do it, that's worse than telling a lie, because they already think you know what you're doing. Serenity of wind. Serenity, it's your turning. Well, I hope if you're applying for the job, so Serenity, it's a little bit different here today than ask for an internship with another teacher that you like. See if a teacher would be happy. You could be an assistant to a teacher and learn all the back road stuff. There's a lot of things you could do that would help you in that. And all you have to do is volunteer to help after class or something like that. So, yeah, we have a little bit more of things to choose from today. We get 3 verification decks. We are doing this on Wednesday now, where you get to choose your verification deck. This is the Fairy Oracle deck. This is the Sacred Circle Tarot. And this is the Goddess deck. My normal deck here is where we do the tarot readings from. That hasn't changed. You give me your numbers and your question. I add up those numbers, whatever they are numerologically wise. So if you give me 5 and 5 and they equal 10, then I shuffle 1 time for you and you get the first card off of your verification deck. And I've got to keep explaining it until people understand. So that's how we're doing it today, unless you want me to forego the other deck or whatever. So pick your verification deck and then choose your numbers and your question for today, whatever the case may be. I am? Okay, thank you for letting me know I'm a genius. What did I do? 11, and I want to know if people will leave me in peace. Okay, I didn't get this first number. I got 11, but what was the first number? 11. Did you want 11 to be your shuffle amount, or do you want that to be your answer amount? Just kind of clarify what you need there, Serenity. And which deck do you want me to clarify with? Do you want the blue deck, the silver deck, or the gold deck? And this is the Fairy Oracle, this is the Sacred Circle deck, and this is the Goddess deck. So whichever you want to verify your reading with. So 5 and 11? Okay. So 11 shuffles, 5 is the answer. Is that correct? Like this. 11 slash 5. Like that, Serenity. Just want to make sure I'm missing something here. Normally you're a lot more lucid than this. Are you okay? Choose for you? Okay, then that's what I'm doing. You want me to choose which deck for you? Okay. Laura, Alexa, tell me when to stop. Alexa, tell me when to stop.
From PHL17.com. Motorists must stop when they are behind a bus, meeting a bus or approaching an intersection where a bus is
Alexa, I need you to choose when I pick my deck. Choose and help me to stop when you... Oh, fuck it. Forget
I'm
it.
not quite sure how to help you with that.
I kind of thought that'd be the answer. You know what? We're going the gods then. Because you need some help from your gods then. That's what we're going with. I'm just choosing. Alright. Here we go with your 8, 11 and 5 are 16s. 1 and 5, 6. 1 and... Give me 16. 6 and that's a 7. Shuffle the 7th card in. 1. Wait, let me clear these off. Clear. Clearing. All right, here we go. Here are your 7 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, and 6. And the 7th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th card is, that's your verification card right there. And then we have 11, 5. So 11 shuffles, 5th card in. Let me get them in the right spot. Let me turn this card around. That's not supposed to be like that. Let me get them in the right spot for Serenity. Come on now. Don't be such a bad guy. Stop. It's only Serenity. They haven't heard from you in a while. They're kind of mad. Shush. Clans. Shh. Clans. Shh. Shh. Come on, guys. Get in line for the right Serenity. You are? Okay, I get it. Are you ready yet? Are you sure you're ready yet? Okay, here we go. They can be a little bit temperamental sometimes. And so can they sometimes, though. Alright, here are your official 11 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good morning, Candy, and good mortuary. 9, 10, and 11. All right, we got 11, and now the 5th card is, right? 5th, it was 5, right? Yep, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you want to know how you make people leave you alone, right? And you're ready to rest, and you want to make sure that people just leave you be in peace now, right? We're ready for some quiet, right? So Serenity. Let me tell you your card here, your your card of verification, which is an leap of faith. I'm going to show you the card here real quick. Anyway, I'm going to read it to you. The risk and the... Take a risk and put your heart, true desire, into action. Okay? Take a risk and put your heart and true desire into action. and that is called the Leap of Faith card for the fairy deck. So that will tie into your reading somehow. And as we are reading your cards here, there, Serenity, what I have to tell you about the wanting to be left alone thingy, you aren't making the right kind of tool. So maybe it's time to sharpen up the sword of defense for yourself. So maybe it's time to sharpen those skills where you say to people, I need you to leave me alone for a while. And stand up to people and say, I just need some space for a while. That's using your sword. Maybe you need a shield. They're trying to come after me anyway. I'm going to close the door on you. I'm going to block you if I have to. I'm going to make sure that you don't have any access to my way of life. That way you can't contact me. Or maybe you need a cup. I'll give you a little if you leave me alone for a while. So I'll check in every once in a great blue moon if you promise to leave me alone the rest of the time. Or you can be, just like that, the fan where you say, nuh-uh, none of you are going to do this shit to me. Go the fuck away. I'm going to control my own path by feeding the fire I need to feed right now. All of you other people are getting in my way. Get out of my way, or I will use you as logs in my fire. Those are the 4 tools that you can start to represent within yourself, and that's the things you need to start to build up. You want people to leave you alone, you got to build up your weapons first so they know you're serious when you tell them, go away, leave me alone. The better idea would be to just take yourself off of their path altogether. Stop walking the easy, hard path or unseen path or even the past path. It's okay to just wander a while. Maybe if they didn't know where you were at, maybe it's time to buy an RV and go travel the American way and go see some beautiful stuff before you die, and no one will ever know where you're at or what you're doing. You can be left alone because you'll find the most remote places in the world to camp and be a part of. I don't know, maybe it's time for that adventure, maybe it's not, but that is something where you have to start to trust your gods are going to put you in the right place, to put you in that lazy river, to take you where you will be ready to get off at the appropriate place. So sometimes you just got to trust the universe that they're guiding you to that place, and it's taking a while for them to get you to the right place. And the other thing that helps with people not seeing you is don't let them see you. Stop putting yourself out there in ways where people can find you. Don't exist. Be that person that no longer exists. Whatever that means to you. If that means that you have to spend a little bit of special time in your life to just cut off your phone, your internet, all of the things where people can get contact with you, and then just don't pick up those things again. You'll move on from all the technology of it all. You'll have to live a little bit more simply, but you will get your wish. But you can tend back to yourself and actually do the work you need to do and actually work on the things you need to work on. So whatever you feel is the right path for you, just do it knowing you have to take care of yourself while you do these things. Even though you are making new weapons to get that ready for when you have to use them, making sure that you have that inner tube underneath you so that you can be taken out of that river. You're not going to fight against really bad current. You're just laying in the lazy river. And maybe if they don't see you, or if they don't know that you exist, then they can't contact you if they don't think you exist. And I'm not saying fake your death or anything like that, but it could be that harsh if you want it to be, And your God card is claiming your power, Serenity. Do you have ads? I'm going to have an ad in a minute. So claim your power. Tell people what you want. Tell them what you're willing to give them to get what they want. So if you're going to tell them to go away and you don't want to ever talk to them again, what are they going to get out of the deal? I won't be in your life anymore and you can go live a happy life without me. Please do that. I don't want you here. Okay, bye-bye. See you later. And close that door and say, nope, I'm not accepting contact from anybody anymore. But that's a closed way to live, but that's your choice to make, not mine to make. And you got to stand up for what you want and ask the universe to help you get there. And then you have to start living the way you say you want to live. That way, No one can get a hold of you. If no one can find you, no one can get a hold of you. Well, I don't know how badly you need to be alone. So it depends on your need of what you need to get alone and run away from. So that's your reading for today, Serenity. I'll have that leap of faith where you need to take that action. And that's what it's all about for you. It's you just standing up for yourself and saying, no, leave me alone. You know, it really is about that. And making sure you have the kind of tools you need to defend yourself if you need to. Leave me alone or I will XYZ. Pick up and move can be a threat, but leave me alone or I'll pick up and move. Okay, we'll leave you alone as long as we can contact you XYZ of time. You know, whatever you feel is ready for you there. You know? If people are annoying you that much there, Serenity, you know, I mean, it's not hard to cut off all the things that the reasons to contact you when you just say goodbye, leave me alone, stop bothering me, blah, blah. I've had that happen to me a couple of times in my life. I wanted to be someone's friend and fix a mistake I made. I just made it worse because all I would do was bother about it all the time. I'm really sorry, please forgive me. I'm really sorry, please forgive me. She got sick of it. She got sick of me just apologizing for something which she already had approved of my apology, but I kept making it worse because I kept thinking I haven't made up for it yet. So, you know, you got to understand what you're asking for. All right. Candy yams to the reading room. Candy yams to the reading room. And what verification deck do you want? And remember, guys, I am doing this for tips. If you guys can help me out in any way, shape, or form, if you guys can help me out with some tips right now, I would greatly appreciate the help. Thank you. Anyway, butterfly, you got it. Okay, fairy deck, you got it. That little bit of extra money to buy a pizza today would be nice, but I don't think it's going to happen. No one's going to tip me 40 bucks today. I got to clear these guys off first here. They're telling me to clear the 5 paths off first, so that's what I do. Do what I'm told. So I don't get pizza today. Oh, not that. Anything but that. I'll be okay. I need to reset my buy me lunch meter because that should be at 0 now. However, I did get to pay for my streaming services. That was kind of fun. All right, let's go here. Now we've got 6 here, so I'm going to cleanse these off first. Oh yeah, they're really ready for you. Okay. So here are your 6 official shuffles with your fairy deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the 6th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th card is going to come out on top right now. There's that one there. I think this is probably it for me. Oh, after Serena. I'm going to close the queue down. Anybody else want a reading out there? This is your last call. Last call. Last call for a reading. Last call. You have 5 minutes. Oh, that's probably why I can't do it. Trying to get my camera to focus. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Yay! I got it. All right. Here we go, your 5 official shuffles. I already got them in the right spot for you before I started, so we're ready to rock and roll. Here you go, Candy. 1, 2, 3, 4, God cards, and 5. All right, you got 2 God cards today, Candy. And the 10th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th card is, and this is a general reading for you today. So I tell you what you need to know, not necessarily what you want to know, but it's all about helping you get to a more positive place. Looks like we got a good reading ahead of us. Really a good reading ahead of us. But I understand why we have to do this the way we have to do it. Got you. So let's go first with your verification card. You picked the fairy deck. Let's see what the fairies have to tell you today. Today you have gotten peace of mind. So keep that in mind, that today you will return to that peace of mind feeling within yourself, because now we are going to do that for you. How do we are about to do that for you? First, I'm going to take a sip of coffee, and then I'm going to do the work I am so good at doing. Because, Candy, I want you to realize that what you've been working on up to this point, gathering all the right ingredients, really being discerning about what you do want and do not want in your life right now, that you have gathered up the right kinds of things. Now it's time to start adding them into the soup and start to mix those things up by putting the hops and barley, the water of it in there, all of those meat and potatoes that gotta go in first, and let those break down enough so that when you add the soft things like the vegetables or the harder vegetables like your carrots and stuff like that gotta go in first. So decide for yourself which ingredients go into your life at first. That way everything else after it will seem easy in comparison to the thing that was the hardest thing for you to put in first. So take that sip of that soup and taste your life as you go, so you know when you got the right flavor of life. Keep adding those experiences in until you meet the kind of life you want to gobble up and eat up. Because your meal is what you offered not only to yourself but to others, so that they can enjoy what you've made of yourself. So enjoy what is coming for you in your present. A lot of joy, in fact. Because of all the preparation we did, now it's maybe time to eat the soup. Maybe you have done all of that beautiful work, and I kind of think you have, because now is the time to sit down and eat from the bountiful soup you had made. But it isn't enough, because we're only filling our belly up to start a new journey next. And the next journey that we are about to take, after we're done filling our spoons up and eating our wonderful gobbled up meal that we will save for later if we need it, we take an easier path for a change. We set small goals. We celebrate those goals, and then we mourn the loss of those goals. We move on from those goals and then renew our strike and renew our strength so that we can step forward onto the next journey, the next step. So you do that until you reach a place where you feel like you are done. When you say, I have done enough to accomplish this goal, and then you crescendo it with a party of some kind and a celebration of, I did all of this. What you are doing now is building up that it's like a volcano. You know what happens with a volcano? You know why a volcano erupts? It's not because of the lava. It's not because of the heat. It's because that lava got to a point where it cooled and hardened above the actual bubble below it. What happens is that heat works up over time, and as it starts to build up, that little layer of lava that was just an inch or two above it was strong enough to hold back the lava's flow. But that pressure began to build, and all of that beautiful pressure ended up doing something even more miraculous. It's about to transform the world. Now, whether you like it or not, you cannot create something without destroying something. You must destroy that which you no longer need to fill the cup up with what you do need. We must blow the top off of our lid sometimes and make that lava flow towards that ocean to make that new way forward. Because if anything and anyone gets in your way this time, you gave them all of the warnings with the shaking and the quaking and all of these little things telling you to get off the island. If they didn't get off and they still want to stick by your side during this transformation, then remind them to hang on tight, because I don't know if they could survive or might not like what they see you become. And that's not up for them to tell you who to be anyway. But that's up to you, is to carve your path forward, to let your volcano moment happen, to let it all explode, to make that new path and way forward you've been waiting to make, to find that peace of mind, to find out what the gods want to tell you today. And Candy, I just want to make sure you know that these are God cards. They're very powerful cards. Since I know you're kind of new to my stream, I just want to make sure you're ready for them, just in case, because they're telling me to ask. So, do you want to see your God cards? Sorry, I might have missed it. Is okay? Yeah, yes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say it is. So, like I was saying, well, good. I'm glad we said that. You said that because I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say this until they say yes. But what they are trying to tell you right now is you're building up that forge, that little crust that needs to go on top of that place before you blow your top off. So you're actually building the energy up. You're building the right kind of pressure up so that you can transform yourself into something better. So just keep that in mind, that you are doing the right kind of positive thinking and positive affirmation to get yourself ready to become something you've waited your whole life to become, without apology, without worrying about anyone's feelings. You just are done pretending to be something. You want that family that you have always wanted to find you for a change. You don't have to be a leader. You don't have to be a follower. You just have to be there and be a part of a pack that is just trying to fit in the best places at the best times that they can. Social status doesn't matter. We've all got to work together. We've all got to howl at the moon to find our family, and to howl out within ourselves that that family is already on its way towards us. So harmony and peace of mind are coming in family as well. But there is a destructive force that has to happen first before things can start to change and manifest that change. That's your reading for today, my friend. All right, sir. Last and final reading, and then I think I'm calling it a day. I closed the queue. Well, it was supposed to be closed. Okay, closed. Is it closed or open? Closed. All right, queue's closed. All right, closed. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help you, Candy. I hope that that did help you in some way, shape, or form. And you know, it's easy to sit here and say do this and do that with your life. I don't know what your circumstances are, and I do know you have restrictions of sort. So try to find a way to do it within the right restrictions, and I think you can find a way to do it without anyone knowing, if that makes any sense. It may not be appropriate for the culture, may not be something that they want you to do, but you know, you got it, buddy. I know you got this. Surrey to the reading room, Surrey to the reading room. My last and final reading for today. I'm gonna have a pot smoke first, though. Okay. I'm trying to see. This is what I mean by making it as simple as possible, okay, guys? So, I have a question. So, this other girl suddenly started to text me after a few months. So, is Manya the ex and the other girl working together, like the other girl texted me because of her? or not. She had something to do with it. Question: should I go out with the second girl? Your numbers are 3 and 6, and you want the middle deck. Got you. I'm going to put these in their appropriate boxes, and then I am going to put these away now. We'll get your answer. Just let me put this away here. I mean, girls can be very fickle sometimes, but sometimes they do want to help each other out. All right, so let's go with your reading. Here is now 3 and 6. That's 9. So here we go with your 9 shuffles. Let me clear these cards off for you here before you get your verification answer here. Clearing cards off. Clearing the cards off. La, 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 la. Okay, here we go. Here is your spot. All right, and then we have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You have 3 God cards from that deck too. And then you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th card is, these are your verification cards. Okay, put the rest in my bag here. I don't need the rest of these, and they can just be happy in their bag for a little bit. And we'll use them next Wednesday again. We'll see them on Wednesday. Marshall, you said we're just going to do tomorrow, so I'm just going to worry about that. All right, and then we have the other 3 and 6. Let me clear these decks off for you here. We want to know if and when we're going to, should we talk to the second girl or not, right? Here, okay. Here are your 3 official shuffles, my friend. 1, 2, 3. And you got a God card from that one too. And the 6th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th card is all right, here we go. Putting the rest of these guys away, so I don't need them. All right, before I get into the reading here, let's see your verification cards. And this one doesn't get seen until the end because that's a God card. So that one's a done deal there. But these are your readings for this one. So your verification card is Disillusion, the 10 of Swords, Disillusion. And then you have some verification cards that are extra from that. So maybe this is what the disillusion is. So when I see this card, disillusionment usually means you're fighting against the dream that can never come true. But sometimes the delusion is that we need to believe in the dream, because if we don't, the real illusion is that we gave up on our dream in the first place. So which delusion do you think you're fighting against? That's what the question is being asked is. Now we want to know if this girl is someone that you want to date. Now that we know that this might be someone who's trying to do this maybe for nefarious means, but maybe they're a little bit, they see something in you that their friend did not see in them. They think their friend's delusional for letting you go. You got the catch of the century. I'm going to gobble him up if you don't want him, kind of a deal. You know, that's what I think it's more than trying to actually set a trap or something for you. But if you walk into it knowing that the trap is possible, let's see what the other cards have to say. The Star. Okay. So, the star reversed. The star reversed usually means that the hope that you were hoping for won't come true. So, even if you did decide to ask the girl out, she might say no just because she doesn't want to fall in love or risk her heart or friendship kind of a deal. So, even if you did ask her out, she might say no kind of a deal. It might, like you said, it might be a trap like you think it is. It's the opposite of hope. Usually, it's for if it's not hope, it's cruel. So it's the opposite of hope. It's about getting into your thoughts and getting into you questioning what you're thinking of and stuff. I don't know if you did something to this girl that maybe felt like she needs to get her revenge or not, but something like that. But it's usually for the adventure of it all, the excitement of it all. Hey, why don't I see if I can do any better? So what I'm feeling more than anything is that this is all being kind of put out to you in this context that know that if you walk into this third person and call them this other girl, this second girl, right? Just know that you're walking in with your eyes wide open, and if you start to see signs of trouble, get out right away. That's all you need to do. Just don't trust your intuition, because if you start seeing it go in a negative way, then just get out of it. If it starts getting into your head and you start giving all of your time to this girl, then get out of it. If you want to try, though, go for the adventure of it all. Go because it's going to be an experience, nothing more and nothing less. That's your verification cards that you got there. Now let's go with your actual reading. And to re-answer the question once again, it's all about what you're willing to share. Remember, it takes two to make a relationship work. So if you do call, so they talked about me. So yeah, I think that there was a fair amount of discussion about you, but it was like, did you see his eyes, blah, blah, blah? Do you see how he acts, blah, blah, blah? He looks a little bit like blah, blah, blah. What do you think he'll be like as a blah, blah, blah? You know, it is a little bit of girl gossipy thingy, and I can't get into the mind of those two Pacific girls, but it's definitely about them sharing the right information between them, okay? And getting so that we both understand she wants to know what she's walking into as well. So she's getting the lowdown before she comes into this thing. She already knows what your worst attributes are, and she doesn't mind so much. I don't know. But you have to take control of the situation no matter what. And cut off the spider webs telling you what you should be listening to instead is your inner self and your inner strength. What does your heart really tell you? If it feels like a trap, it feels like something you shouldn't trust, then don't trust it. If it feels like something you should go for, to give it an honest shot to see what happens, knowing what I'm walking into may be a trap, but at least I know that going in, right? Okay, well, it's an experience then. Does this break me free of the cycle that I've been trying to break free from? Because this is all designed to help you move past that one cycle that you keep going in that keeps you from having a happy, loving relationship. Okay, there is some boundaries or things that there are getting in the way. This is the defense card. That there's something defensive going on where they're not quite sure they want you to get really close. They might be putting a lure in the lake, but that doesn't mean they don't have the sharp needle trap down below to capture you and gobble you up, but kill you so viciously you can't possibly hurt them because you're a poisonous thingy. Okay, I don't know. But it's about breaking down boundaries and breaking past those boundaries. Whatever those boundaries are, until they can let down their guard, this is not going to happen anyway. They have to be willing to be open to the idea of being hurt again. And right now, I don't know if they're ready for another chance at love. They're ready to get their revenge, maybe. I don't know. It feels like that. And then your God card comes to say the last and final thing you need to hear, Suri, which is, God damn it, Mom, did you have to do this to this poor girl? All right, are you ready, Suri? Are you ready for the ultimate mom advice you need to hear right now from Mama Bear? Here's your Mama Bear advice. Live for live for yourself. If you have healed yourself in the way where you can grow in the light, you can grow in the dark, you're ready to face a new challenge ahead, be that crescendo moment and give into your creativity, but use your logic to help you survive the way forward. If you can do this in equal ways, You can have a loving relationship with this person. But I want you to claim your power because you, my friend, have the power to make whatever you want happen in your life. You just have to own your power and own up to what you are responsible for. Number two, no matter if this girl loves you or not, know your God loves you. Know that people that are in your life love you. That their siblings or mothers or brothers or sisters, they love you without condition. So remember, you do have love, and you don't need a girl to fill love. You just need to fill that love within yourself. And last but not least, my friend, it's time to carve your own path forward. It's time to choose the destiny you want and cut that cord of that old life you don't want to reattach that new life you do want. And that's what they're trying to tell you there. I'm going to get rid of these here because I don't need them anymore. And that's the lesson of my mama. She always tried to instill in me to take out the rose-colored glasses and see what the truth was too. And I think maybe you got a little bit of rose-colored glasses syndrome here. That's my reading. That's all I got today. Well, guys, you know, I think they're kind of immature. They're not quite sure what they want. They're not sure if maybe, you know, like I said, it kind of feels somewhat like curiosity more than anything. Like this girl thinks, why not? You wanted something more than this other girl wanted. It feels a little bit like a test, but somewhat not a test. You know, it's in between this icky and good feeling I have with it. Because yesterday yesterday's reading actually came true. Her friend reached out instead of her, but gave the closure of their friend. Well, see, I don't claim to be the best out there, but I do claim to be kind of good. I get more people telling me stuff like that all of the time than I don't get stuff like that all the time. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time here talking for a little bit because I think it's important, and I do want to spread the love somewhere. And I want to go give my love to someone who will actually like it. I really do like this guy. He's a cool British dude. But I want to see if there's somebody else on. Who, maybe a tarot reader or... I know she's on, but I don't know if she wants me to bother her today.
What's wrong? Why do you make fun of people for apologizing,
See if there was another Aaron Sparks.
Ireland's not in the UK. Wait, is it not?
I have to go check him out first before I go there.
Pop in to watch games. I do games on Wednesdays.
Oh, he looks
And
really
if you
sad.
had other
Oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like he's actually panicking.
I hope you have a really good one.
No, we're going to go somewhere new today. Get somebody else some love. So I'm going to go getting out of here, guys. And I'm going to have to, you know, I always try to do the best I can by you guys. I try to give you the best advice I can. Remember, I come from an American point of view. I have a lot of American beliefs, but I try not to let that ruin what we have between different cultures and different places that we live in. We all want the same thing. We all want to be safe in our beds. We all want to have food in our bellies. We all want to have a safe place we can go back to do that with. And we want to raise our family and our friends and the people surrounding us. We all just want to live in peace and happiness, you know? All right, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. So we're going to shout her you outie the where we're going to go here. And pasty, pasty, pasty.
And upset that things are going to go wrong. And because they anticipate things going wrong,
And we'll give you some music on the way out.
go wrong.
I'll see you guys on the other side. That's what we're going for today. As long as they accept my raid. If they don't accept my raid, then we're going somewhere else, okay? But for right now, that's where we're going. All right, guys. I'll see you on Monday.